Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick video about how to wire up your camper shell. This is specific for a second gen Toyota Tundra, but it should work for third gen and first gen and pretty much any truck because the procedure is pretty universal. I'm not saying this is the best method to do it, but it's what's worked for me. In order to get the job done, you will need a couple of miscellaneous electrical connectors. I purchased all of this off of Amazon. Probably all cost me about 20 bucks or so. You're gonna need some butt connectors, some ring terminals, some male and female bullet connectors, some T-taps, heat shrinking, and probably some just electrical tape just to make everything nice and neat. So the first step is going to be actually identifying what kind of brake light you have. In the Tundra, we actually have a dual filament bulb, meaning that the bulb that's in this red section here is actually going to light up when you turn on the lights from the switch in the cab, as well as it will light up brighter when you hit the brake light. I know that's a little bit confusing if you're not familiar with wiring, I guess. I drew this little diagram so you can see it a little better. On a dual filament bulb, you'll have three wires coming out of the bulb. There'll be the ground, obviously goes to ground. The running light usually activates this smaller filament. It's less bright. They're the ones that are just going to be on when exterior lights on the truck are on. And this other wire energizes whenever you hit the brake and will light up this bigger filament. So both of these are going to be on, and that's why it's significantly brighter whenever you hit the brakes. You need to identify whether your truck has a dual filament bulb like this, or some trucks, especially older trucks, are going to have two bulbs. One is going to be specifically for just brake light and the other will be for just the running lights. On my camper shell, I have both a third brake light and a dome light. The dome light is just this guy here, little light inside that you can turn on whenever you're going to be inside the camper shell. Both the brake light and the dome light are going to have both a positive and a ground. What I ended up doing is actually just connecting this ground and this ground together, and that just gets grounded to the actual bed of the truck near the taillight. The positive on the brake light needs to be connected to the wire that gets energized whenever you hit the brakes. Positive on the dome light is really up to you guys. What I've done is bring a small battery with me so that I can connect to it if I want to use the dome light, but I don't use it very much. If you wanted to actually wire this up, procedure would be to actually wire it directly to your battery in the truck, in which case you would need something that's fused. Or I've actually seen some people tap into the wiring on the trailer plug. All of these Tundras come with a 7-pin trailer plug, and I believe those have a constant wire. So I'm going to be removing the rear brake light to show you guys how it's all wired up. On the Tundra, it's going to be two T30 Torx. And these lights are a little bit funky. They don't just pull out. I need to actually use both hands. Basically, need to kind of pull. If you look here, it's got these two pins and they go into these two little plastic sort of dowels. So you need to actually pull the light this way in order for it to pop out. Here are those three wires I was talking about. There's the black, which is the ground. Green is going to be the running light, and the green with red is the brake light. Green with red is the wire you want to tap into with the wire coming from the positive terminal on your brake light. I just used a self-tapping screw and a ring terminal. I know it's not black, but these are the colors of wire that I had at the moment. Basically, they run in through there and come out of the bed here just under the bed rail there. This is the wiring coming from my camper shell. There's the two reds and the two blacks. One is from the third brake light and the other is from the dome light. So the two negatives are going to be joined here on this first plug that go to the white wire that gets ground just behind the headlight. Two positives, the red wires, are going to be connected to two individual terminals. Dome light goes to this middle connector here. That goes to this orange wire. That's what I would hook up to a battery or a constant 12-volt power source within the truck. And then the other positive, which is for the third brake light, is on this last connector. It goes to this yellow wire here, which would be connected to the green and red wire on the tail light. Press the brake, it energizes this yellow wire that goes up to the third brake light. So I wanted to take a second just to explain one thing I feel like I didn't explain in the video. The camper shell, when I got it, just kind of had loose wiring, so there wasn't any sort of plug or anything on the wires coming from the third brake light and the dome light. So what I did is I actually just had them laying around, but they're readily available. I use parts from a trailer, so they're trailer plugs. You can get them on Amazon. I found them by searching 4-pin trailer extension, and it's basically just a loop like this. One end can plug into the other. It's 4 pins, so if you want, you can do separate grounds for the third brake light and the dome light if you have one on your camper shell. This is what it would look like. Like I said, you can plug one into the other. So basically, you just order this and then just cut it right down the middle. One end gets wired up to the lights in the camper and the other to the brake light. So that way you have a quick disconnect whenever you're taking your camper on and off. I know it might have been confusing to some people when I was explaining it, but I just wanted to draw out the diagram of basically what I was explaining out at the truck if you want to take a picture of it. But thank you for watching, subscribe, and have a great day.